Time for the 49ers Rush Podcast.
The fan favorite, the new undrafted free agent freak, Isaiah Neyor, wide receiver, comes in number 72. And man, if there's anybody that you want to hit their ceiling in this undrafted free agent class, it's Isaiah Neyor. This dude is unbelievable. Let's go to George Kittle and his quote on Bussin' with the Boys about Isaiah Neyor. Quote, George Kittle, quote, "He's a freak. He was running a route, and he got 9.5 yards in 2 strides. It was insane. We watched it 10 times in the tight end room. We were like, how is he doing this? At the bare minimum, he should make the practice squad. He's a freak," end quote. And you look at his measurables, and it's just, oh, my gosh. Now, I have to be honest. I'm a Texas Longhorn fan. He was with the Longhorns for 2 years. Never played. And I remember when the Longhorns pulled him away from Wyoming, where he initially started, and it was just like, oh, this guy's going to be everything. Never came to fruition. We'll talk about why. Then he goes to Nebraska, had a much better season there. The potential's there, and he's only had one injury. Like, a lot of people tag him with he tore his ACL one time, and that was back in 2022. Hasn't had any injuries since. But, this guy, if hits, it's a big if, but good Lord, he wears jersey number 14. Listen to these measurables, okay? He's 6'3", 210, and he lost weight. He was at 220, played at 220, 6'3", 210. 6'3", that's the top 94 percentile for all wide receivers in the NFL. 210, top 86 percentile of all wide receivers. 34 and 3/8-inch arms. He has longer arms than Colt McKivitz. This dude has the same length arms as Trent Williams. That's top 97 percentile of wide receivers. 23 years old, ran a 4.4 flat 40. That's top 85% of all NFL wide receivers. 1.51 10-yard split, top 80%. Had a 38-inch vertical. That's top 78%. So you got the height, you got the arms, you got the explosiveness. Catch radius might be one of the best in the entire NFL. Like, just standing, jumping. That dude, I'm telling you, he could dunk a 12-foot goal. I mean, this guy gets off the ground. But even none of those measurables are his best trait. His broad jump. Yeah, I'm a former track guy, coached long jump, coached triple jump. This dude had an 11-1 standing broad jump. Explosive lower body. Despite weighing 210 and being so tall, it doesn't matter. The explosiveness still translates. That's top 95 percentile of NFL wide receivers. He triple jumped 48 feet in high school. Like, this dude is a rare athletic specimen. There's jersey number 14. Now, you plug all these numbers into mockdraftable.com. Here are the player comps at the wide receiver position. Quentin Johnson, first-round pick. Jaden Higgins, top of the second-round pick. Nico Collins, yeah, good. Brian Thomas, first-round pick. And Chris Conley, who I would see, this is the role that he would replace. Chris Conley just retired from the 49ers in the NFL. That's the role. This outside wide receiver, vertical stretching threat that can play special teams. Now, probably the biggest red flag on Isaiah Neyor's resume, he hasn't played special teams much at all, and he's been at 3 schools, Wyoming, Texas, and Nebraska. Hasn't. He's going to play for the 49ers. If he's going to find a way onto this 53-man roster, whether this year, next year, down the road, special teams has to be involved. He's going to have to be a gunner. He's just going to have to be. And so that's the big question mark. You have the athleticism, you have the size, you have the length, you have the explosiveness, you have the speed. Got it all. Can you uncork it all? Can you meet your potential? We got to see. It hasn't done it yet. But, man, it is exciting just to see kind of what this guy could do. Because at him, he just looks like he looks like the Predator. Like, it makes no sense with just what this guy looks like out there. Now, he signed a 3-year, $2.9 million deal, pretty standard for undrafted free agents. $234,000 guaranteed money, which was not reported whenever he first signed, which that's a lot for the 49ers. So you have to give them props there. They have highlighted and tried to make him something special because he was a priority. Now you go through just kind of his background. And went to Lamar High School in Arlington, right across the street from Cowboys Stadium, and had a very, very good career. Then he goes to Wyoming for 2 years. Well, guess what? COVID happens. And so doesn't really get to play. I think he had one game played, and the season shut down. And then he transfers to Texas, tears his ACL. Then he goes to Nebraska, finally catches on. And, it's kind of rough, too, because the first time that he gets to Texas, let's back up a little bit. 2019, true freshman, gets in, 6 games, COVID-shortened season, doesn't play much. 2020, COVID-canceled season. 2021, breakout season at Wyoming, 44 catches, 878 yards, 12 touchdowns. He had almost 20 yards per catch, 19.95 yards per catch. Led the Mountain West Conference, top 10 across all of college football. He's a big play guy, and he's a touchdown guy. Back-to-back 100-plus yard games against Boise and Utah State, which was kind of his toughest competition. Boise and Utah State, but there's some quality talent there. Goes to Texas and is supposed to get playing time, tears his ACL. And so whenever he tears his ACL, he comes back. Well, Xavier Worthy and then Adonai Mitchell transfers in from Georgia. That's a first and second round pick. They take his job. He's struggling getting back to his full explosiveness. Jordan Whittingham, who was a 6th-round pick to the Rams, they take his job. He doesn't get fully healthy till the end of the year. Doesn't play much. Played 1 game versus Rice, and that was it. And he was just stuck. And, Isaiah Neyor, he said, quote, "Like I was in prison, locked away from something I loved," end quote, on the ACL and the recovery, which took longer than he thought it was going to be. And so just his time at Texas was non-existent. It really wasn't. So he transfers to Nebraska, 2024, 12 games, 34 receptions, 455 yards, 13.4 yards per catch, pretty solid, 5 touchdowns. So he's got this kind of like not a dominating stat line by any measure. Now at Wyoming, that 1 year, and then Nebraska was kind of a weird offense, Matt Rule, all that kind of stuff. I hate the Matt Rule. That's okay. Not a lot of production to build upon. You are betting his best football is ahead of him. So you're hoping Isaiah Neyor can continue to grow, because if he doesn't, he's going to bounce around a couple of practice squads and his career is going to be over. And you look at, again, going all the way back, he was a 2-star recruit coming out of high school. Went to 3 schools, transferred twice. Like, what are we waiting on here? Only 1,500 snaps in his career. That's not a lot for somebody that's played so many seasons. But COVID, the injury, that knocked out 3 seasons. It's kind of a thing. 2nd team All-Mountain West. He was a communication and leadership major. You like that. The speed is incredible. I mean, dude looks like freaking Julio Jones, Randy Moss. Looks like, tests like, runs like, doesn't play like. And so that's got to step up and change at some point. And, this is somebody, he only had 13 special team snaps last year. That's the thing that we can talk about, all this projection. Well, what's projection? It means you ain't done it yet. Well, you're not in college anymore. Now you're in the NFL. So now you're projecting upon projection. This is why he was an undrafted free agent. I do think practice squad is the minimum. Best case scenario, with Brandon Ayuk out, who knows when the Demarcus Robinson suspension is going to be. He's an outside wide receiver. And so, they drafted Jordan Watkins, who's also an outside wide receiver, but a lot smaller, not as fast. Actually is faster than, but big difference. If Jordan Watkins and Isaiah Neyor both hit their ceiling, Isaiah Neyor's the guy. But that's a big projection. So we'll have to see what happens. There's a lot of big ifs here. He's just got to prove he can be consistent. He can learn the playbook, and that he can contribute on special teams. If he can't contribute on special teams, I don't really care how good he is right now. No way Kyle Shanahan's going to trust Isaiah Neyor out there week 1, week 2, week 3 until Demarcus Robinson gets back as a wide receiver. No. Could he be a rotational guy that goes in and plays a couple series the first couple weeks? Sure, but there's no way. Kyle Shanahan hates rookies, let alone undrafted free agents with very little experience. Special teams, special teams, special teams. That's his pathway this year. Now, maybe that translates into something next year once he's with the team in the practice squad for a year in the wide receiver room, figures it out, and then translates something into a wide receiver threat next year. That's why he's 72. Fun. He's a fan favorite. You see him, and it's just like, yeah, that's a Madden-created character where you just bump up the height, the arms, the speed, he's just got everything. We'll have to see what happens. I'm excited, and I hope that he, with this team this year, next year, I do not see him making the 50. 72 on our list. Man, the what if factor. Oh, boy. This guy could be something truly, truly special. Isaiah Neyor, I hope you crush it, just like our executive producers of this, Josh, Ben, and Zach. Thank you to those for the 49ers Rush team. We're just going to keep counting them down.